County in as count 20 or 22. I can't do that because we don't have venue under the Georgia Constitution. I do under Rico. So it is in Rico. Judge, he is indicted, if you will, in count 1 with Mr. Williams for having a stolen weapon, and I believe it's 4 counts of different drugs for possession with intent. And that is a pending case out of DeKalb County that they are on bond for. Okay? As to the predicates or the overts, he has 4 predicates, and those encompass that case in DeKalb. The other event Mr. Sadow spoke of, Judge, Mr. Sadow referenced that Mr. Kitchens is a rap star. I believe Mr. Williams is as well. In the songs they sing, they talk about being followed in their gang persona by snipers. They're always followed by snipers. I believe it was Brookhaven Police Department, Your Honor, made a traffic stop. 2 cars right next to each other, 1 in tow, were stopped in Brookhaven, DeKalb County, doing approximately 25 miles an hour over the speed limit. Mr. Williams and Mr. Kitchens were in the first car. I do not believe, to my memory, that there were weapons in that car. In the next car was an AK-47 fully loaded. There were other weapons. There were 4 members. There were 4 members in that car, all stating they worked for Mr. Williams, and they were all heavily armed. They were arrested for those weapons, Judge. Now, Judge, Mr. Kitchens is not just an associate of YSL. He is actually in a command structure. He is one of the bosses. Now, he is not the boss. Our belief and our evidence will post that Mr. Williams is the boss of YSL. But Mr. Kitchens is in a command position, Judge. So not only is he involved in crimes in another county, he's actually involved with the leader of YSL. Judge, he is in videos basically stating that they have 10 100-round choppers, talking about weapons, talking about messing with them, you're going to die. They have I actually enjoyed this one. It was a video released on or about 12/18/20 where they said, just screw it, take it to trial. I believe they even have a choice word in that one for the judge. Judge, he is an associate.
What's good, y'all? It's Coffee, tapping back in with another one, with another news update for y'all. Hit them fucking buttons, tap in them comments, let's talk. But people, we already went over yesterday that Gunna had a court date, you know, where his attorney was trying to push hard for that bail so he can be at home, comfortable, fighting this Rico case. And the judge denied him bond, no pre-trial release, you know, in the trial set for January 2023, which again, that can change. It's subject to change. But we heard how the prosecutor was going in, right? But that's the actual audio of the prosecutor. Like, that's how it's done, I guess. You know, as we always hear about lyrics being used in court, as not all that the prosecutor was talking about was lyrics, but a whole lot of it was. Like, did y'all hear that? He was turned up on him, talking about stolen weapons, drugs, you know, other previous cases that are now tied into the Rico, how they were followed by snipers. You know what I mean? Like, he was extra theatrical with it. He's like, Your Honor, they were followed by snipers. They were pulled over in a caravan of vehicles. Mr. Kitchens, a.k.a. Gunna, and Young Thug were in the first car. They didn't have weapons, Your Honor, but the car behind them, the second car, who said that they all worked for Young Thug and Gunna, had a loaded AK among other weapons that they were arrested for. Now it's like, damn, were they security that just didn't have the paperwork right or whatever for their weapons? I guess not. I don't know. Y'all comment, but you guys see what I'm talking about, the way they were going in with these lyrics and other ish. putting it all together for some very drastic courtroom testimony that worked. Because, again, no bail for Gunna. You know what I mean? And again, most people were theorizing that the case is going to be light work for Gunna compared to Young Thug. I mean, it's a Rico. It's serious across the board, no matter what. But most people were theorizing. I'm sure y'all have heard legal analysts or other content creators or other news sources saying, oh man, Gunna, like, it's going to be different for him. They really want to slay Young Thug. But as we see, they're trying to paint that picture for Gunna as well. Like, he's not the founder, Your Honor, but he's much more than an associate. He's the number two. He's the capo or something like that. You know what I mean? He said, Your Honor, Mr. Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, is the boss. But you'll see that Mr. Kitchens was the number two in command. And, yo, you heard him. He said in the songs that they sing. Yo, come on, prosecutor. They ain't singing, they rapping, right? And of course, he had to mention, you know, how they were singing a song of Mess With Us, You'll Die, F It, We'll Take It to Trial. And they had some choice words for the judge. It's crazy, man. And again, it worked. And this is wild to see this, the way that lyrics are being put together with other situations and incidents that happened for this theatrical type testimony, again, from the prosecutor. But what do y'all think, man? Is he, like, it's wild to hear, and I'm sure a lot of the fans are gonna say, yo, this is some BS and some fuckery, right? But do you think of this prosecutor and say, hey, I don't like this guy, but as far as doing his job, he's doing his job well? Or what? Are you just like, yo, pluck him anyways, give him the finger, you heard? Get in the comments below. I want to know your guys' thoughts. But again, this is just like hearings. This isn't the actual case like that yet. They were just trying to argue for bond, which was denied. And again, Young Thug, his decision about bail was deferred. He goes back next week where they'll figure out. I don't mean to be negative, but I'm pretty sure they're going to deny for Young Thug as well. Again, because they're painting him as the number one head honcho of the operation. So I can't see them, you know, granting him bail, but not Gunna. You know what I mean? So comment and let me know what you guys think. They also have to make the decision about his attorney. As if you all recall, his attorney, Brian Steele, who is getting real active, you know, speaking out, saying he is determined to fight to the last drop of blood leaves his body to free his client. They're saying it's a conflict of interest and they want him up off the case. So comment, guys. Let's talk about it all below. It's just crazy to actually hear this prosecutor, hear him spit that ish he was talking to the judge rather than just read about it. You know what I mean? Next up, y'all, this footage that you're seeing right here was posted by a bodyguard, Sensei Aaron Allen. This is some new exclusive footage of Tupac back from 1990 when he was still a background dancer for Digital Underground. Obviously, we know Pac went on to be the GOAT, but it's just kind of wild to take a look back at, you know, where it all started for Pac. Remember, like, he'd be on the stage dancing and whatnot. I mean, obviously, we got to see his skills on the mic as well when he spit that on that All Around the World, same song. How did he talk about? Used to clown when I come around with the underground. Like, Pac killed that verse. You know what I'm saying? But this bodyguard, who is a, you know, veteran, I believe he's retired from the game. I'm not positive, but he also worked for other hip hop legends such as Public Enemy, you know, Chuck D and Flavor Flav. But he's alluding to that he's got a lot more exclusive stuff, you know, that he's held in the cut from Tupac, and a lot of great stories. So we'll definitely be keeping up on that. But you want to hear something crazy, guys? There was another bodyguard, I guess, within the last year or two who had some never before seen Tupac footage and whatnot. And he had it on a flash drive, right? the flash drive sold, this is a crazy gap when it comes to the numbers. I don't know why they couldn't be more specific, but between 600,000 and 1.2 million. But you see, this dude's just posting it on the gram for everyone. He's not trying to turn a buck out of it. He's just like, hey, man, this is back in 1990. My good friend Tupac, you know, breaking into the rap game with Digital Underground.
How did Tupac's music impact your life or your future?
Well, my dad impacted my life, and my dad impacted my future. My family did that by hard work, but Tupac was a great artist, had great music. I loved his music, inspirational, and he was a genius.
And you saw the film already. What did you think of it?
I seen the film a while back. Great film, great film. It's gonna take you on a roller coaster ride, but it's a great movie.
Do you have a favorite track of his that you could talk about?
I like all Tupac music. Go buy Tupac music right now.
All right, y'all hear that interview there with Floyd Mayweather. Now, I believe this is an old interview from back when the Tupac movie came out. But can you guys see the way the media is trying to kind of clickbait article style with this interview where they're talking about, like they titled this, Floyd Mayweather talks about Jada Pinkett's former flame or lover or something like that. Like, I mean, listen, we all believe, I'm sure guys comment if you believe as well that Tupac and Jada were more than friends. You know what I'm saying? I think we all believe this. We've heard all the stories, and we can go on and on about this. You know what I'm saying? And we see everything that's going on with Will Smith right now after the slap heard around the world and all that. But it's like they're going to take an old interview from, I'm guessing, back when the movie just came out, because that's what they seem to be talking about. And it was kind of wild too, right? Floyd gave Tupac his props, but he also said, hey, my dad and my family played a lot in making me who I am. But shout out to Tupac, like he's one of the GOATs, but you know, he had to give props and praise to his father and his family. But for them to just take this and then throw that title on it, that's some BS, right? That's just some, hey, we need some clicks over here. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not really respecting that. Are y'all? Comment and let me know. But that concludes the news in this episode of J Coffee Talk. Make sure to subscribe once again, but more importantly, join the discussion in the comments, as that's what it's all about over here. Stay tuned. More videos coming. J Coffee Talk, where we talk music, news, sports, and more. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.